This is the second question on bank reconciliation. This will not be a very long video because we are not going to do the entire reconciliation process. Right, the first question asks you to decide whether to record something as a debit entry or a credit entry. Number 1, an unfavorable bank balance according to the bank statement will be recorded on the debit or credit side of the bank reconciliation statement. If the balance is unfavorable, it means we owe money to the bank, so therefore bank will be an asset to the business and will thus have a debit balance. So you will record that in the debit column. Number 2, an unfavorable bank balance according to the bank accounts in the general ledger will be recorded on the debit or credit side. If the balance is unfavorable and it's according to the bank account, remember the bank account is drawn up by the business. So if it's unfavorable for us, it means we owe money to the bank, so therefore it will get recorded in the credit column. So our liability will increase, we owe money. The next one, interest on overdraft will be recorded on the debit or credit side of the bank statement. If the bank is charging us interest, we owe the bank more money. So therefore that will get recorded on the debit side. It increases the amount that we owe to the bank. And then the fourth one, a direct deposit into the bank account of the owner appeared in the bank statement of the business. When the bank corrects the error, an entry will be made on the debit or credit side. That deposit does not belong to the business, and yet it was added into the business bank statement. That means we need to decrease the amount that the bank owes to the business. So that will get recorded in the debit column. They put a deposit there that shouldn't be there. To take it out to decrease what they owe us, we must debit the account. Right, and then the next part of this question just involves you marking with a cross, okay, where you would record an entry in the reconciliation process. And the transactions we're going to do are for June. So the first one here says a deposit made in the business, by the business was outstanding in May's bank recon statement. If the deposit was outstanding in May's bank recon statement, it means it was already in our journals. So it was the bank that hadn't recorded that. So if now, number 1 here, that deposit appears in the bank statement, it means that the bank has updated their records. So there's no longer any difference between our books and the bank's books. So no entry will be required here, as there's no difference to correct. The second one does not appear in the bank statement. That means that deposit is still outstanding. So if it is still outstanding, it must get recorded as outstanding again. The bank owes you that money, so therefore you will record that in the credit column of your bank recon. Number 2, a debit order for rent was processed as usual by the bank on the 25th of June. The bank recorded that debit order when they processed it. So they've recorded it, we haven't. We are paying that rent, so the entry will be made into the cash payments journal. The next one, an EFT payment appeared in the CPJ as 501 instead of 105. When we recorded that payment, we recorded in the CPJ as 501, but we should have only recorded as 105. It is the business that has made this error. So we decreased bank by 501, we should have only decreased it by 105. So to fix it, you put the difference into your cash receipts journal. Number 4, an EFT payment future date 20th of July was recorded in the CPJ. We record all EFT payments in the order that we make them, not on the date that they become valid. So that EFT payment would have appeared in your cash payments journal. However, it can't appear in the bank statement yet because we are only in June. So therefore that's an outstanding EFT payment, has not yet been recorded by the bank, So to fix it, we record that in the debit column of the bank recon statement. It decreases what the bank owes to the business. Number 5, a credit customer settled his account by depositing money directly into the bank account of the business. When the customer deposited the money, the bank made the entry. We haven't recorded yet, so therefore we need to update our books, and we are receiving money, so it goes in the CRJ. Number 6, a stop order for a loan payment appeared in the bank statement twice. The bank will correct the error next month. So the bank took money out of your account twice instead of once. So they've decreased our bank by too much, and they owe us back the 1 month extra that they charged us for. So that will get recorded in the credit column of your bank recon statement. And then the last one, monthly bank charges appear in the bank statement. It is the business that has not yet recorded those bank charges. We are paying money, and thus you will need to make an entry into your cash payments journal. In a future video, I will do another activity on bank reconciliation, but at the moment that's it for now.